Hey guys, welcome to Kyle's Chainsaw Rescue. Today we're actually working on a snowblower part. We're going to be working on a Craftsman 208cc snowblower. It's not the whole snowblower, obviously, right? This is the recoil. This is where you would pull start. Well, I went to pull start the snowblower and the rope broke. So you might run into this issue, obviously, this season. You might be going, geez, now what the heck do I gotta, what do I do, right? I gotta go to a shop, I gotta buy a whole new deal. You don't. I'm going to show you guys how to, put a new rope on this piece. Sometimes it could be a pain in the butt, but I think, just a quick, easy video should really be able to help you out. A couple tools you're going to need. A small screwdriver. Possibly a pair of needle nose pliers. Maybe, maybe not. And either a heat source of some kind with a flame, whether it's a torch like this, a lighter, a small torch, doesn't matter. Just something to give you a flame so you can heat the end of the rope. In order to get to this point, you're going to have to take a look at your snowblower. You're going to have to more than likely get out an 8mm socket wrench, I believe, and take out 3 bolts to remove your recoil. Now, the concept is going to be very, very similar, even if you have a different unit. The whole process. So you've got to get to this point, right? Remove it and bring it in the shop. And from there, we will replace the rope. So if you're still here, give me a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and let's get to it. All right, so you guys have gotten to this point, right? Here's your handle. You've got your recoil off. What you can do is go down to your local hardware store, take the rope with you, and match it up with one that's got the same girth, okay? What you want to do, though, is check the coil, make sure there's no other rope in here, because what you need to do is get the same length. Now, this particular rope was already replaced by somebody else. I could tell this is not a factory pull rope. This is, looks like actually a piece of paracord. But anyway, what I decided to do is I'm just going to match this length because this length worked. So match the length that's on there. That means you have 2 pieces, lay it out flat, measure it, take that measurement down, and, get yourself that much rope. Don't just throw this away. Wait till you're totally done with the project. Don't forget, you got to tie a knot in the end. Okay, so give yourself a couple extra inches, whatever, to tie your knot. So let's get the rope out of the handle first. Usually it's knotted in here. Pretty simple task. I know some people will watch this and be like, geez, this is just way, simple. What are you doing? Well, it's not always about how simple the task is. I know some people will watch this and think, geez, this seems really simple, but it's not very simple to everybody. Not everybody does these things. The goal is for videos like this to give people confidence to just do it theirself. And so not everybody has the confidence to just try these things. Once they start trying to fix their own stuff, they tend to find, how much they enjoy it, one, and how easy it can be sometimes. So again, here's your couple extra inches of rope right there and there. Now, I didn't take a tape measure with me. I think I went ahead and just bought like 6 feet of rope. It was cheap enough. And I was like, yeah, sure, 6 feet of rope sounds good. So what you do, match your ends up. Okay, get down here to the knot. Gonna give myself just a little bit extra. Now, before you even get to this point, right, we're jumping right into the rope, but we really need to make sure the spring didn't break in the recoil. When you look at this recoil, how do you know the spring is broke or not broke? Because if the spring is broke, it's a whole different job. In this case, it's just replacing the rope. So we don't need to remove this because the spring is not broken. But if you're holding the unit, the rope comes out of here. Okay, you're holding the unit. If you twist it clockwise, that's usually the wrong way. Look at the hole and see what side of center it's on. So in this case, for me, it might be different because you guys are on camera. For me, this is on the right side of center. So normally that means this is going to spin counterclockwise when I pull the rope out. So as I'm pulling the rope out of here, this would be spinning counterclockwise from this side, right? So while doing this, it would be unwinding the spring. Now I can also feel tension. Notice I'm holding with my thumb. right? Nothing snapping or popping in there. If you can hear things like clicking and popping and there's not any tension, usually that spring is broke. Now you get to this point, you don't just let go and let this thing snap back in place. That's how things get broke. Slowly rewind it. You know what? I think it's pretty good. So we need to prep our rope. If you got a broken spring in there, you're going to need to look up your spring. You're going to remove this, pull this out, put your new spring in. It's a whole task. If I get one where we have to do it in the future, we will do it together. But if I don't have to do it, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna take my torch and I want to melt the end of my rope. Gotta heat it up, heat it up, heat it up. Smush it between two pieces of metal. Or do the old spit on the fingers and, you know, mash that thing together. It's good for you. All right, boom. Melted rope end. Fantastic. So when you look in here, it's going to go through this, but we need to find the spot on here it's going to tie to, which ends up being over here. So what I'm actually going to do is right now I'm going to spin it clockwise until those holes line up. The hole that's in here and the hole here, because I can see there's a hole in there. So this rope has to go through both spots. It's just poking out there. This is where the needle nose pliers can help because it gets hung up. Doesn't want to just feed through. And then you miss it. And then it falls back out. Had it in the first shot. Dang it. Come on. Get in there. All right, pull that rope out. Tie yourself a knot. A single, a double, whatever. Just put a knot in it, right? Boom. That's in. You can sit here, twist your rope all the way in, like so, leaving just the end there a little bit. And you can attempt to pop this guy out, push the rope in while holding this all in place. And now see if you can feed the rope back off the reel, because it's got to come back off the coil. Because technically, where we're at, the rope would be all the way extended, but we have it wrapped around the coil, right? And the little bumps here the Craftsman has for the screws to hold everything in place, they make it a little bit difficult with this style. All right, so we're just going to keep fishing that rope out. See, it's stuck there. I can't get over this bump. It's all right. Just keep working it through. Repairing your own stuff isn't always like a really fast and easy fix. Sometimes it can become a time-consuming thing. But if you want a little satisfaction in knowing you did it yourself, then that's the way to go. I enjoy these things, so I also enjoy sharing them with you guys. The coil here is all done. Now, I should have burnt the end of this rope so it was ready to tie to the handle, but I did not. I'm actually going to see if I can get 1 to 2 more spins out of this, and I'll worry about fishing the rope out again. Okay. Fish the rope out all the way around. I'm going to spin, realign these holes now that that's all the way out. I'm also going to look at one of these fins and take my screwdriver, put it all the way through. So the recoil is still good. Everything is being held in place. If that screwdriver pops out, it's all going to zip right in though. Heat, melt, twist the end of your rope. That's how I end up doing it. Fish that through while your screwdriver is still in. Fish this through your handle. This gets a little tricky because for whatever reason the handle hole is a touch smaller and it's mushroomed out just too much there, so we're just gonna trim down the plastic because these ropes essentially it's just nylon, so when you heat it up it turns into a ball of plastic. All right, trim down. Try to make sure there's no kinks or twists in your rope. Pull it out kind of straight there. Get your knot tied. Get everything pressed, pulled in place. Okay. Stretch that handle out away from you. Have a good grip right here, holding this with your thumb. Remove your screwdriver. Don't just let this go. Crazy. Using my thumbs to control the speed. Alright. Boom. Everything's in place. How do you check? Well, hold your cover. Give her some pulls. Go out. Put it on your machine. And hopefully she'll fire right up. So really appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully this will help you get a new string on that recoil and get that snowblower going. Be sure to give me a thumbs up, hit subscribe, guys, and Happy New Year. This channel, we're on our way to our first 1,000 subscribers, which is absolutely amazing. This channel's only been up and running for like 8 or 9 weeks, 10 weeks. It hasn't been very long, so it's been pretty awesome to see the channel grow. Really do appreciate all of you, and have an awesome day. Be sure to check out some videos popping up, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.